Welcome back, everyone. Okay, you ready? Put your seatbelts on. Philip Morris and Jesse Jackson are going to have an interview.
Oh my God, are you the real?
Yeah, don't you love it when people ask if you're the real one?
All the time.
Yeah, I know. So this is Philip Morris. He's a CEO of Proctors. And we're here to talk today. Boy, we could talk for an hour, Philip. But we're here today to talk about Universal Preservation Hall in Saratoga. So first, Philip, great to finally meet you.
Good to meet you finally. Thank you.
To have you here. Philip's on a tight schedule, so we're going to roll right into it. You arrived on the scene, I think you were telling me, like 14 years ago.
Yeah, 14 years ago on March 4th.
On March, oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And you came in to really take Proctors Theater, one of the crown jewels of the region, kind of run down, kind of lost in the abyss down there, and turned it into one of the premier theaters in the whole country.
It's a spectacular ride, really. It's around downtown's revitalization from its dearth in the 90s and 2000s, and about taking a facility and bringing it into a national agenda. I mean, we now bring things to the region that would never have come without the investment that was made by the community.
Not only that, but you turned the theater into a nationally renowned theater destination for agents looking for touring shows from Lion King all the way through a lot of great music events. My wife and I were just down there for Deconstruct the Beatles this past
pretty
weekend.
amazing guy.
And we did a twofer. We did the matinee and we did the evening.
Well, we're open 8 a.m. until 10 p.m., 7 days a week, 360 days a year.
Yeah.
Always something going on in the building. Last year we had 1,783 events.
That's impossible to comprehend.
783.
If you just do the math, that's like 2 a day.
I love when arts people kind of go, when people look at arts people and go, you arts people, you don't know how to manage anything. 1,783 curtains, all of them on time. You must be kidding me.
In addition to which, because of what you've done with Proctors, the rest of downtown has followed suit.
Totally
There are great
changed.
Restaurants down there, what they've done with J Street, all that stuff.
It was 90% vacant 20 years ago, and now it's 100% occupied.
Yeah, absolutely true. And again, we were just down there this weekend, and it's really something to see Schenectady take that turn. Well, a good buddy of mine, mutual friend of ours, Sonny Bonaccio, is you and he are working together with a lot of other people to take Universal Preservation Hall here in Saratoga and put your thumb on it.
Teddy and the board 3 years ago approached Proctors and said, we saved the building, which they did. They saved this wonderful building from complete collapse, put a new roof on it, dealt with it, but didn't know how to take the next step. We just don't know how to take the next step. Would you help us? And we said yes. That's our typical answer to most requests is yes. And then we looked at how to do that. We did a feasibility study that was around the physical plant, around the program of marketing, and around the fundraising opportunity, because it was going to need another $4.5 million to get it to what it needed to be.
Yes.
And that study said all looks good. There's up to 150 uses a year that we can identify now without growth. There's community support for a $4.5 million drive, and the marketplace is there. So we've aligned, so UPH and Proctors are totally connected, and started the fundraising effort. We're about 2/3 the way through on that, and Sonny took on the chairmanship of that fundraising campaign. I call him the Hammer, and he's been incredible at helping deliver on those gifts. We got a fabulous piece of support from the Capital Region Economic Development Council, $950,000. So a few $100,000 more, a little bit of work on historic tax credits to make sure they all work the way we expect, and we'll have a project.
And the project, I've been through a lot of material on this, by the way, and the Teddy that he's referring to is Teddy Foster, and she was on as a guest. I interviewed her, and she, just like you, passionate, determined to make this success, and then you take the hammer.
Yeah, you add the hammer to it.
You add the hammer to it.
You have the velvet with Teddy, and you have the hammer with Sonny.
That's right. They have a theme that they're working around, Saratoga's living room, which a marketer like me and somebody who feels as passionate about this business as you do, I just loved it because they're talking about bringing Broadway and cabaret and music and dance and also making the facility available to the public.
Right. At Proctors, we call Proctors the community's living room. Out of those 1,700 events, there are weddings, there are all kinds of mayoral debates, things that most arts organizations don't engage in, because we're partners richly and deeply in the community. And that's what already has begun with UPH and will continue for the life of UPH. And you'll see things that no one imagined before, from small conferences and conventions to school buses showing up with youth performances, all because our attitude is it's for everybody.
Yeah, you know, Sonny took me through, and I was looking at just the massive space. Universal Preservation Hall is the building that they're taking over. Is this beautiful historic church, I guess.
Well, it was a Methodist church, 1860s, became a Baptist church before UPH took it on.
And it, not to mention how the soaring ceilings and all this stuff, not an easy restoration project, right?
Well, the worst of it was done 7, 8, 9 years ago when the roof
was going to go.
30-foot holes in it.
That's right, absolutely. $4.5 million is approximate the amount of money that needs to be raised.
Architecture and all the design studies, and that's the number.
They're about 2/3 there. One of the reasons I wanted Philip to come on, it was for, obviously to introduce you to him, but also to do what we can do to help bring this project to life. They've established, I think, September 2017 as opening night.
That's at this point, that's what it is. Things could still shift, but that's what we're aiming at.
And you know what? If you're involved, I got news for you. And Sonny's involved, and Teddy's involved. This is going to happen.
Oh, this is going to happen.
Are you excited about it?
Absolutely, because the room is going to be a very different room than any place else in the Capital Region. We're designing it with a just off-center stage, so it'll be not so much in the round, but in 2/5 of a round in the oval. And there's nothing like that in the region. So there'll be the chance to hear music in a beautiful room and look at it from behind.
A lot of perspectives.
And a lot of perspectives. It'll make the balconies the most premium seats in the building. It's interesting. And again, because no place else in the region has a room like that, I think will be quite enticing.
Well, Philip, I know you got to run, so we're going to have you back to do a lengthy interview. I want to know more about your past and just what drives you.
Not my past. No.
Just don't worry about it. As long as you're not talking about, okay, we got it.
Well, if I do it, Jesse, you're doing it.
Okay. Philip, thank you very much for taking the time to come in and just introducing you to the people is what I was hoping to do, and talk a bit about Universal Preservation Hall, because, man, is this going to be something for our community.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Okay, I'll see you again.
See you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.